This is the Letshuoer D02. This is actually going to be the cheapest of the bunch. In which case, yeah, let's open it up. And in any case, this is going to fall under, I believe, $60 or $40, somewhere around that area. It's still going to be under 50. And oh, that's a nice case. It's the puck case, which is actually pretty good value, all things considered. The box, very small, very what do you call this? Very earth friendly. Very earth friendly. Letshuoer D02 is actually really nice looking, like the box from a shipping and so on standpoint, from a shipping and shipping fee standpoint. But yeah, this, okay, I thought it was like scuffed or whatnot, but the puck feels quite nice. Ooh. In any case, you get actually more assortment of silicone ear tip. That feels stiff-ish, but not as stiff as the one from the Behringer Daybreak. But all things considered, that's actually quite nice. The fact that this is $30 US, I think having this sort of assortment when it comes to ear tips is quite nice. And you do get a case, which is nice, and the insides are rubberized. Next up is the actual IEMs. Ooh, that's plastic. That's plastic and aluminum. Okay, whoa, okay. That's plastic. That feels cool to touch. So this is most likely metal. QDC connectors? Question mark? Please no. Oh, this feels like. Oh god, that's quite hard to open. That's kind of hard to open. Okay, I can't remove it. But this looks similar to what you get with the Tantrum Bunny with the super long 0.78mm pins. There is, however, an R rate legend there. I'm going to show it as well to the video the camera that's recording. Cables feel meh. This looks like it'll tangle quite easily. And on the ears, hold up. This is how it looks like. That feels very good actually. That feels really nice. There you go, berry. Do you feel bonita? I always feel bonita. Also, for the spec list, we can see here that these are 20 to 40k hertz. Obviously, that's just gonna be like 20 to 20k hertz. Impedance level of 26 ohms. Sensitivity 108 decibels. Aluminum alloy. There you go. And polycarbonate 1. So this is single driver. All things considered, like this is a very straightforward packaging. I like this sort of packaging because it's not going to be like shipping intensive. The fitment of this is probably going to be up a lot of people's alley just because it's rounded and it's actually quite like small in terms of its footprint in both height and width. So that's pretty nice. These are not going to be safe for everybody. That I can say right now for certain. There's a decent amount of highs, not a lot of bass. The whistle part of this drive is also quite peaky, which may not be something that a lot of people like. Sounds a bit airy. Sounds a bit wide. I'd say now that there's not going to be a lot of people who would like this, but for those that want like a more subdued sounding bass and more treble, so more details for like a much cheaper price, I could see this being a very decent option. Like under $30 too. Basically, female vocals are gonna be a bit more on the brighter end. This is a very bright sounding IEM. That's what I have to say now. That's quite light. 25.4 grams with everything included. That's quite light. I can't remove the cables properly here though. God damn it. Hold on. I want to remove it. I want to do it. God damn it, I'm too weak. In which case, Letshuoer D02, I like it. I just don't think it's gonna be for a lot of people. So before I head you over towards the gaming segment of this initial impressions video, I just want to put it out there that the reason like I wasn't able to properly measure the Letshuoer D02 is because the 2-pin connectors right over here are quite hard to remove, and I was able to remove them in my previous stream. but that came with a cost. And the cost was, I don't know if you could see it properly there, but there's a very, very small fracture like towards the connectors on the actual IEMs itself. And on the topic of like purchasing like maybe different cable, which is, by the way, just don't change the cable. I'm scared. I'm scared to make you guys want to change the cables here. The cables are good enough. The cables are decent enough for $30. It's really no problem, and they do tend to loosen up quite a bit after some time. So major plus there. But the reason that I'm using the Sankai ear tips right over here is because the stock ear tips are actually quite shallow. They're quite short, and if you can see that properly, like if your ears are shallow or like thin around the edges, once you go inside, they will touch every single part of this IEM, and it's going to be uncomfortable. I found myself being uncomfortable with them after like 40 or 60 minutes. That's definitely something that you should look forward to actually replacing, which is the ear tips. And after that, like with the Sankai ear tips that I have right now, comfort is pretty much bang on. And on the topic of gaming, these are the best IEMs for competitive esports titles within $30. Hands down. Anyway, here, enjoy some of the clips. Bye! I can hear him very clearly there as well. I knew it. I know where he is. That sounds very revealing. I'm not gonna lie. This IEM is something else for gaming. I'm able to distinguish the sound cues very easily because there's not much bass. So like footsteps are very clear to me.
You had your fun. My turn. Bam. Party's over.
Heard him. Heard him as well. One flanking. Never mind, on me. What the fuck? Aim.
Got him. Enemy remaining.
I'm definitely getting through tier hexa vibes here.